For me, you know, as a kid, dancing was just something that excited me and something that I felt passion in. There was also, as a guy doing it in the Northeast, there's, you know, you're one of 100, you know, there's one guy to 100 girls, and it was just, the attention was phenomenal. And I'm not going to lie, like I've always liked that level of attention. Plus it's a creative medium, and it was something that I felt happy with. And it was maybe around that point that I did feel that I wanted to do something with the arts in whatever form it would be. As it turns out, it's haute cuisine. I think from being a home cook at university, and not even particularly experimental, I was literally just cooking my own food, so fresh fish and things like that. But then I just thought, this is something I want to do. I contacted a local restaurant to my hometown that was of a good standard, or the highest standard around. That was a 3 Rosette. I said, you know, what do I do? So we went up for a chat with the head chef, and he said, you can go to catering college, or you can just go straight in the restaurant. And I wasn't willing to go from an aerospace degree into like Middlesbrough Catering College. So I just started cooking straight in restaurants. So from achieving the success that I did at the Blind Swine, it was then the case that I wanted to do it on my own. I think Leeds is on a par with London with a lot of things. Business is great, the restaurant scene's good, the drink scene's good, and shopping's good, it's vibrant. You know, we have those high-end brands. So Leeds was a real obvious choice. If I was to set up without a reputation in London, I'd have been dead in 3 months. What we wanted to do here, we called the restaurant the man behind, or I called the restaurant the man behind the curtain, because I didn't want to be the single representative of it. It was a conscious decision to not be your typical chef, and the reason for that is I didn't like it. I didn't like the industry, I didn't like how people were to each other. I knew that there was only so many places I could exist in, and I can't work in another team other than mine. I don't want to wear Crocs, I don't want to wear baggy trousers, I don't want to wear a shitty skull cap, and you know, I don't want to be covered in burns and swearing and just being an arsehole to everyone and miserable and never see daylight. So when we opened here, it was a real reference. The man behind the curtain isn't me, it's the kitchen, it's the team I have, and it's what happens behind there that comes into the restaurant. I think that's absolutely essential. I think with food and creativity, and God, you know I hate it, but that line, inspiration, I'm not dismissing it completely. I'm just saying that you're not inspired by seasonality. That's just where your produce comes from. At this level, surely you know what food tastes like. All I ever wanted to do was to make food look great and taste great. That's all, and still to this day, that's all I want to do. If you talk about inspiration, and that could be the way someone's dressed, architecture, it can be art, it can be music. Yeah, sure, the likes of David Bowie have had a bigger effect on my cooking career than the Roux brothers, because it's the direction that people take and the way they take it, and it just affects on your lifestyle and your general interests, the way your house is decorated, the way your restaurant's decorated. It comes from what you like as a person, not how fresh a carrot is.